Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, you're welcome. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful Aso Oke collar dress. It's a short dress. It came with 2 pockets and 2 slits on the side. The slits are optional, but I wanted to have slits on mine. You can do yours without adding the slits, and I attached the pockets to mine, 2 pockets. If this is a video you're interested in, please keep on watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Thank you for watching. Now let's get right into drafting. I'll be making use of 2 Aso Oke awe. In Yoruba, they call it awe. I'll be making use of 2 awe. That's 128 inches of Aso Oke, and I'll be making use of 2.5 yards of Ankara fabric. So right now, I've gone ahead to fold it once, and I'll be folding it again. After you are done folding your fabric into 2, that's you're folded into 4, because you'll be drafting both the front and the back piece. We'll begin with the drafting. I'll be marking my shoulder to bust line, which is 9 inches, shoulder to waist 16 inches, shoulder to hip 23 inches, and I'll be marking my shoulder to length of 45 inches. I'll be extending the lines just as shown, although the shoulder to bust line measurement is not needed, but I just use that as a guide. So I went ahead to extend the lines. After extending the lines, the next step now is to come to your neck width, and to mark my neck width, I marked 4 inches for mine. You can do up to 5 inches depending on how wide you want it to be. And I went down to my length and marked my shoulder strap at 1.5 inches. You can do 1 inch if that's what you want, but I'll be going by 1.5 inches for my shoulder slope. And my sleeve length to be 11.5 inches. You can do 10 inches depending on how wide you want your sleeves to be. I wanted mine very wide, so I made use of 11.5 inches. So I'll come down to my neck width and mark my neck depth. For the back, 1 inch, for the front, 5 inches. And I'll go ahead to just curve the back neckline, and I'll be slanting the front neckline as a V. I'll be working more on the front pattern later, but for now I'll just be slanting a V for the front neckline pattern. So after doing that, the next step is to impute our measurements. For my waistline, my waist is 38 divided by 4, that will give me 9.5. I'll be adding 3.5 inches of sewing allowance. And for my hip, I'll be marking 44 divided by 4, that will give me 11 inches, and I'll be adding 3 inches of sewing allowance as well for my hips. So I'll proceed now to impute the measurement of my hips to my hem, and I'll just connect with a straight line just as shown. Please just watch how I connect my lines, and if you have watched this video to this point, please give this video a like so that YouTube can push up my content. Thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for watching my videos. If you're a beginner, you want to take your time in drafting out this pattern, and after drafting we are done with both the front and the back pattern. The next step now is to cut out our pattern, so I'll proceed to cutting out my pattern just as shown. After cutting out our pattern, the next step is for us to be able to, work on the front pattern. For the front pattern, I'll be separating the front and the back pattern just as shown. I'll separate the front from the back after cutting my shoulder slope. But before that, I'll notch on my waistline, my hip line, and on my slit. I marked 10 inches for my hem. For my slit, the slit is optional. If you want slit in yours, then you can do this method. But if you don't want to add slit to your dress, it's optional, like I said before. So right now I just came down from my waistline by 2 inches for my pocket, so I went ahead to notch that, and after notching I separated the front from the back pattern. So now we'll have to work on the front pattern, because that's where we'll be attaching our built-up collar with Aso Oke. So right now from my hem, I'll be marking 3 inches all the way up, 3 inches, because my Aso Oke is in 6 inches wideness. So on 2 places, if you sew the middle part of the Aso Oke, you have 3 on the left and 3 on the right. So that's why I marked 3 inches. So right now I have the 3 inches marked, and I'll proceed to cutting out the pattern just as shown after connecting the lines for the 3 inches. Please, if you don't understand what I'm doing, please just watch the video. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section and I'll be sure to reply. You don't want to do more than 3 inches. If you do more than 3 inches, your dress wouldn't come out looking nice. So right now I've gone ahead to cut out my pattern, and I'll be covering the front pattern just as shown, just a little bit, so that my neck, attaching the neck collar, it will stand well in the Ankara dress. So right now I'm just placing the patterns right sides facing each other. I'll go ahead now. The next step is to join my shoulder seams together, right sides facing each other. I'll proceed to joining the shoulder seams together. After that, I went ahead to cut out my pocket. For the pocket length, I used 10 inches. For the wideness, I used 8 inches. You can do 11 inches depending on how wide you want your pocket to be, but I did wideness 8 inches, length 10 inches. So right now, I just went ahead to mark the measurement for my built-up collar. From my neckline, I measured all the way down, and I have 40. I'll just mark the 49 inches. So I fold my Ashoke into two parts, and I marked the width of 6 inches, and I just measured the 49 inches. But instead of 49, I marked 50 inches because it's better to have excess than for you to have shortage. So you want to go ahead and have excess than shortage. So I marked 50 inches. So after marking the 50 inches, the next step for me is to go ahead and mark 0.5 inches that I'll making a stitch on that line, and I'll proceed to marking 15 inches. That's for the neck depth, because 15 inches to be able to enter my neck, because there's no zipper in this short dress. So you want to make sure that your neckline is wide enough to fit into your head. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So right now I'm just marking the midpoint of that Ashoke, and I'll be connecting with the straight line, and that's where I'm going to run my stitch. I'm going to run my stitch on that line. So I'll go ahead to my sewing machine and do that now. I've gone ahead to do that, and this is what we have at the end of the day. It's a very simple dress. This built-up Ashoke collar is a very simple style. So I've gone ahead to sew and run a stitch on it, turn it the other way around, and this is what we have at the end of the day. So now I'll be imputing this built-up Ashoke on the pattern on the dress. I'll just show you how I'm going to be imputing the Ashoke on the dress. I want to align the center of my back to the center of the Ashoke where I joined it. So after attaching that, you want to make sure that you use your pin to safeguard this part. Use your pin if you're a beginner, but because I'm a professional, I won't be using my pin. I'll just take my sewing machine and I'll sew it all the way around. So right now that I'm done joining, this is what we have. Cut out the excess. Like I said, it's better to have excess than to have such shortage. So right now I'll just be trimming out the part I don't need, and after trimming, we'll go ahead to impute the pocket, and I'll be attaching my Ashoke to the sleeves. After joining to the sleeves, I'll attach my pockets. After attaching my pocket and my sleeve, the next thing is to join the shoulder seams, the side seams together. After joining the side seams, I'll sew my slit, and I'll be sewing my hem. I'll be folding it twice for my hem, and I'll proceed to do that on my sewing machine. I've gone ahead to do that, and this is what we have at the end of the day. It came out really looking nice and pretty. The pockets have been sewn in, the sleeves have been joined together, and my sides has been joined together, and I'm gonna head to hem my dress. And this is the final look. It came out really looking nice, came out really looking gorgeous. Thank you for watching my videos. I hope you learn one or two things. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Until I come your way again next time. Bye.